Well, how do you do, Buckaroos? How the heck are you? It's down to Beer Whisperer, and I'm doing some aged rum. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is the first aged rum that I have purchased. I'm not familiar with the products. I typically buy a new bourbon or Irish whiskey for Thanksgiving, but I found this. So let me read a little bit from a website here. From the same guys that marketed the Ron Zacapa, this excellent Panamanian rum is one of the best values in rum. A 2010 Rum XP Gold Medal winner and distilled by Master of Rum himself, Don Pancho. Zafra is a true 21-year-old and not made from using Solera system with rich toffee, exotic fruit, and spice. This 21-year-old has everything you're looking for in a sipping rum. So there you go. Just wanted to give you a little background on it there. A guy at the store, I was talking to a guy there who it just happened to be it's his job to bring in the various spirits for the store. So there were two brands in particular that he really liked. This one and another one, but he said for the price, this one really is beautiful. The other brand, the 21-year-old, they have a 12, 18, and a 21. The 21 was a few more dollars than this one. This one was the same price as their 18, but he said for a 21, this one's amazing. So notes remind me of a sherry, to be honest with you, but that's probably just me. They say toffee, exotic fruit, and spice. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting those things, I suppose. I don't know exactly what they mean by exotic fruit, but I'll go with it. I'm getting like a candied fruit aroma, if that kind of helps with it, like a candied cherry kind of thing. It took me longer to get this video underway than I anticipated, so I probably got a little more melt off than I wanted. I'm using a large ice cube, which is how he recommended drinking. He says you can drink it neat, it's fine, but he liked it with a large cube, and which is what I put in here. Ah, it's very interesting. Yeah, you know what? I'd like to I want to spread my wings. I don't know much about aged rums, so I really want to learn about them. I really love bourbons. I have, a decent amount of knowledge. I'm not an expert by any means because I don't really concentrate on the technical aspect. I'm more on the emotional aspect. You say with beer, I want to, I'm more about the feel. I let other folks worry about the technical end. But yeah, bourbon and Irish are the two that I spend most time with. But I really want to get to know some rums because my experience with rum is what everybody's is. Those others out there, the big brand names everybody knows. I've never liked it, to be honest with you. I've never liked the feel, the mouth feel, the taste. It hasn't never worked for me. This is interesting. Yeah, I mean it's different. Yeah, so my experiences are of bourbon and Irish. So I mean I really can't compare. I have nothing to compare this to actually. So, but it's nice. It's a little sweet in the finish. I'm noticing. It is smooth. I am feeling some of those toffee-like notes that they describe. And I've noticed the more I've let this sit now, the sweeter it has gotten or has became. What would be the best way to say that? I don't know. I'm not an English major. I don't know, man. I started with exactly 2 ounces. I put 2 shots in this Crown Valley distillery glass. I like this nice kind of bulbous glass. So exotic fruits. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what the hell they mean by exotic fruits. I mean, that could be anything, right? I'm just going to tell you what I'm. Yeah. So I nose on the nose. I mean, kind of felt like candied cherries. Yeah, why not? So yeah, there is nice amount of sweetness. I mean, again, I don't know what they mean by exotic fruits. I'm getting some notes that are similar to fig. I don't know if that's what they mean, but that's kind of what I'm picking out. Again, I'm getting those kind of candied cherry-like notes. Am I getting much from the bourbon barrel? Is a question. I don't know. I mean, I am feeling some of the oakiness, typically from bourbon barrels. Some add, you know, matured and selected bourbon cask. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I'm pulling from that, to be honest with you. Again, I mean, I'm like a newbie here because I have nothing to compare this to. I don't know what others taste like. So I'm kind of spitballing, but again, all I can do is tell you what I taste. So $45. Would I buy this again? Yeah, absolutely. It's freaking brilliant. It's tasty. It's interesting. It's different. It does make me anxious, I guess, to try others. Now I want to try that other brand. I was going to buy the 12 year of the one brand that was about $10 less than this was. The 18 was the same price that this was. The 21 was, I don't know, $4 or $5 more. So I guess I'm going to have to try that brand. I need to buy that 21-year-old to compare, apples to apples compared to 21-year-olds to see. It does become a matter of taste, right? Someone said, "Well, is that better than this?" I hate to use the term better because it really is just a matter of taste. What do you like? What do you prefer? So I'm always careful when I ask somebody for advice, like I did today, but I felt like I needed to because I know nothing about aged rums. I mean, I know absolutely nothing about them. So, excuse me. But I do feel like my money's been well spent here. I mean, I like the color of it. Yeah, because drinking isn't just about doing shots and getting hammered or throwing it in Coke. It's about the enjoyment. You want how did it pour? It poured nicely. I like the way it mixed with the ice. See, not that I don't enjoy getting drunk upon occasion, but for me, drinking isn't about getting drunk anymore. It was in my early 20s, but now it's about the total experience. It's about the pour. It's about how it changes as if I use ice. How it changes throughout the drink. I like all those intangibles. The things that are hard to describe. So, anyways, so my recommendation to you all is buy whatever buy whatever you like. For me, will I buy this again? Yeah, actually, I will. And now I'm itchy. This is so enjoyable that now I want to try others. And that's what I was trying to get at is I didn't know if I was going to like aged rums enough to want to keep buying. So I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money. And quite frankly, 45 was more than I wanted to spend today. But after talking to him, I felt like this is probably the direction I need to go because this was a lesser expensive of the two 21-year-olds, and it was his personal favorite. I thought, well, this is a guy that tastes spirits for a living, so I'm gonna take his word for it this time. So I don't think he steered me wrong. Next time I have enough money, though, I do want to buy that other one and compare the two, so I know for myself, what the different flavors are. I probably should have tried just a little bit of this neat first, and I did not. So all I know is how it tastes here. So I need to try some meat to see how it comes off meat. So there you go. Damn Skippy. So I am the beer whisperer. I am the beer whisperer chief, and I approve this message. Yes, I do recommend this to my friends out there. If I have anybody watching me that is familiar with aged rums, I mean, yeah, I do appreciate advice. So there you go. I'm not one of those folks out there that gets their knickers in a knot when somebody wants to say something. Give me some advice. Don't be a dick about it. I guess that could be a problem too. But Zafra, it's fine. I mean, 21-year-old, 45 bucks for me. It's a no-brainer. It's a great rum. Go buy it. Well, how do you do, Buckaroo? So I decided to come back because I did it backwards, really. I should have tried it neat first and then rocks. But I did rocks because that's how he recommended the guy, the store I bought it from. But after tasting, I was so intrigued. I really wanted to know, I really wanted to know how it was like neat. I noticed how it changed some. It became sweeter as I got some melt off in there. And I wanted to check the aromas because I didn't check the aromas neat. They tell you to look for, excuse me, I scratch my nose. I apologize. They tell you to look for um, toffee, exotic fruit, and spice, whatever exotic fruit means, right? And I was getting some toffee. I certainly was getting the spice. Again, I'm really not sure what they mean by exotic fruits. I'm not an exotic guy. I, I don't know what the hell that means, but I was personally picking up like candied cherry like notes, and then I was also noticing maybe some fig like notes as well. But I was also noticing notes that are similar to a sherry. Oh yeah, it's freaking gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, I hate to keep repeating myself because I know I am, but I'm not familiar with aged rum, so I really didn't know what to expect. So, 21 a 21-year-old spirit for $45 seems rather reasonable to me. Maybe I'm gonna start drinking rum so I can drink a longer age. But I was having a conversation uh, with the guy at the store who knows what he's doing. I mean, it's his job. He goes to the different places. I mean, I happen to get lucky and find the guy that actually brings in the liquor. So he goes to all these places and he tastes, and so he knows what he's doing. And I've talked to him before, so I mean, he knows bourbon, Irish, Scotch, and rum. Apparently, in my limited expertise is that of bourbon and Irish. So I felt lucky to be able to talk to him and to get some ideas about rums. But I got to tell you, the rums I had have been the brand names everybody knows. And quite frankly, I've never been a fan of rum. It always tasted buttery. I didn't like the mouthfeel. I didn't like the way it left my palate. I just didn't like it at all. But after having this, I'm thinking, okay, it's the equivalent of only knowing what bad beer tastes like and thinking you don't like beer. You know, it's like, yeah, all I've had are macros, and I think I don't like beer. And somebody gives you a good craft beer, you say, oh my gosh, that's kind of what I feel like right now. So all I've had was those other brand names, and now I'm having a really good aged rum. I'm thinking, oh, I've been missing out all these years. It's not necessarily a new thing, but it is. They are becoming more popular, and I can see why. I think a lot of it is affordability. I mean, here I purchased a 21-year-old Spirit for only $45. I mean, that's crazy. Most 10-year-old Irish will run that. Most 10-year-old Scotch will run you a lot more to get a 21-year-old of either Irish or Scotch. You're looking at, typically anywhere between 200 to 500, depending on who you're buying. So, wow. Although an exception is I picked up well, I used to, 3 years ago when I purchased the Bushmills, Bushmills 21-year-old. I think I only paid a little over 100 for it, but I think it's going for about 150 now. So, bottom line is, I feel like I'm drinking rich and not spending a whole lot of money. Yeah, again, I didn't want to spend $45 today, but I really want to try this. I mentioned when I was doing the video that I felt like it was getting sweeter as it melted. Now that I'm drinking this neat, I did feel like it was getting sweeter, but there is a lot of sweetness in this whiskey. Again, it is aged from sugarcane, so I probably shouldn't be surprised. Come on, Captain Obvious. Yeah, but no. Okay, toffee notes. I certainly am feeling that toffee that they talked about. Again, I don't know what exotic fruits are. Right? I'm not a world traveler. I'm not somebody who's been through the Caribbean, so I don't know, or Caribbean, however you pronounce it. I just don't know what they mean by exotic fruits. I know what again, I've said this when referring to beer is that you can only taste what you know. So what I know, the flavors that I know, what I feels like I'm tasting is, again, I feel like I'm tasting candied cherries. I feel like I'm tasting fig. Now, I'm reasonably sure that that's not what they mean by exotic fruits, but I don't know what those exotic fruits are or what they taste like. So, equating flavors to what I have to my knowledge of flavors, that's what it tastes like to me. Again, a lot of the nose and the flavors to me are very reminiscent of a good sherry. I don't, I'm probably wrong, but that's what it feels like to me. That's why I'm feeling those candied cherries for some reason. It's just something that's sticking with me. Cut in action. So, anyways, to make a long story even longer, I am a fan of this whiskey. I will buy it again. I do recommend it to folks. I am Town the Beer Whisperer, and today I'm the Rum Whisperer, man. Sometimes I'm the Whiskey Whisperer. Today I'm the Rum Whisperer. I am the Beer Whisperer in Chief. I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving, and I approve this message. Oh, I didn't mention my Jack Daniel's single barrel glass. One of these days, I need to buy me some single barrel to do the glass. But this was perfect glass to do this neat with. I am Dr. Barris for I am Barris for Chief. I approve this message. Happy Thanksgiving and bye now.